Hello everybody, this is Father Mario Quijades once again from the Diocese of Joliet in Illinois and also from the parish of St. Walter Church here in Illinois for our hashtag Mission Mondays. Hope is alive. Hashtag Mission Mondays. Hope is alive. And this is week 2 of our talk, What Makes You Happy? What makes you happy? Remember that these reflections and teachings came from the Alpha series. If you are interested to an in-depth and community journey to answer these questions, please go to our parish website and join our Alpha online series, online community. Last Monday, we were talking about the question, is there more to life than this? Remember that? If you missed it, please go to our YouTube channel or Google hashtag Mission Mondays. Our YouTube channel or hashtag Google hashtag Mission Mondays. We discussed about the big questions of life, and we discovered how our spiritual hunger that is not satisfied by anything this world can give, like drugs, shopping, or fame. And then we discovered how Jesus said that He is the way, the truth, and the life. How ultimately there is only one relationship that is totally loving, that can fill up my heart forever. And that is the relationship with God. Jesus is the way to that relationship. Today I want to ask a question. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Some people would say chocolate. I think I'm one of those. But dark chocolate. Or I would say Oberweis ice cream. Some people would say sleep, or girls, or for that matter, guys, or lots of money, or food, or freedom. Some people would say music. Some people would say friends, alcohol, laughing. That's me too. Books, knowledge, living in the present moment. Or some people would say, Father, I have no idea what makes me happy. Leo Tolstoy was such a great Russian novelist, famous for writing War and Peace and Anna Karenina. He wrote a personal book called A Confession, in which he told his story. He described that as a child he rejected Christianity, but he was also searching for meaning and purpose in his life. He thought that having a good time was going to make him happy. But after a while, that left him feeling empty. Then he thought that money was the answer, and that did not satisfy. Then he thought fame, fortune, importance, success was going to satisfy, especially when he became famous for his writings and had so much money because of his. But to satisfy his quest for meaning, but nothing happened. Then he thought that relationships would give him the ultimate meaning of life. He got married and had 13 children. Can you imagine that? 13 children. But he said that just distracted him from searching the real meaning of life. Then he started looking at philosophy and then at science, but they also did not satisfy. Then he found, he said, in the very poor people of Russia, faith in Jesus Christ. Faith in Jesus Christ. When I was in elementary, or what you call grammar school here in the United States, I was always having a hard time to see the blackboard. You know, that blackboard in front of our class. One day, my mom brought me to an optician who made some tests and told me to wear glasses. I didn't want to because I would look like a nerd. because only the nerds in my class wore those glasses. But when I tried those glasses on, I could see. I could see, especially the beautiful girls. And then I could see food. I could see before, but now I really could see. I was amazed at how I could see everything. To me, that is the best way to describe the way Jesus makes. In the same way, Jesus is the lens from which we see God. He is the way to God. And He's the way by which we see the world around us in a totally different dimension and reality. You know, this is my experience of Jesus. That when I put on Jesus in my life, you know, as a human being, something is different. The way I see the world was different. The way I see education is different. The way I see politics is different. The way I see treating other people is different. Jesus has really made the difference in the way I see the world. Jesus said, I am the truth. I am the truth. Some people will say, well, that is great for you. You found meaning and purpose in your life. But that's not for me. You've heard that before, right? That is your truth. This is my truth. But look at it. Logically, that can't be the case. Because if Christianity is true, then it's true for everyone. If Christianity is not true, then it's not true for me either. C.S. Lewis, one of the greatest writers and thinkers of the last century, he said that if Christianity is false, is of no importance. If it's true, then it's of infinite importance. Can we say that again? If Christianity is false, it's of no importance. If Christianity is true, then it's of infinite importance. The one thing it cannot be is of moderate importance. It's of moderate importance. So the question is Christianity true? Is Jesus true as He claimed He was? If you look at the evidence, it is astonishing how much evidence is for the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. Of course, there are many highly intelligent people that are atheists, but equally, there are many highly intelligent people who've looked into the evidence and who've come to the conclusion that Christianity is true. I highly didn't realize how many pioneers of modern science were believers, were Christians. Descartes, Newton, Kepler, Galileo, Copernicus, Faraday, Boyle, Mendel, Kelvin, Pasteur, Lister, Maxwell, Simpson, to name a few. One of the great scientists of our time, Francis Collins, who was the director of the historic Human Genome Project, one of the most respected genetic biologists in the world. He talks about how he investigated the evidence, and he was amazed, he said, at the historical evidence for Jesus Christ. He said, the most important human issue is there a God? Remember, this is his saying. The most important human issue is there a God? And I have arrived there without looking at the evidence. And I'm supposed to be a scientist? I thought Christ was a myth. But after reading all about it, he was a historical figure with great deal of evidence. His existence, his teachings, and even his rising from the dead. I thought my journey will resort in strengthening my atheism, but it resulted, to my surprise, to my conversion. And he describes how going out one day and looking at the beauty of creation, he knelt in the dewy grass and he gave his life to Jesus Christ. This is Francis Collins, the director of the Human Genome Project. Now, when Jesus said that I am the truth, the Hebrew understanding of truth was really not just intellectual truth. Head knowledge is what we call it right now, head knowledge. For the Hebrews, the truth means experiential knowledge. That is a heart knowledge. In other words, truth as experienced. What's the difference between intellectual truth and heart knowledge? There's a difference knowing that knowing about someone, than knowing them personally. Let me give you an example. In 2007, when I became an associate pastor here at St. Walter, before coming to this parish, I went into their website and read everything happening there. Then arriving at St. Walter, I really experienced personally its vitality, generosity, and the community of this parish. Now, is there a difference between me looking into their website and then me being here, experiencing them for real? Is there a difference? Yes, there is a big difference. One is head knowledge and one is the heart knowledge. Suppose another example would be, probably, you've mentioned that now you're gonna have a boyfriend, and that boyfriend, and that person, before becoming a boyfriend, before knowing him, before meeting him, you went into his website. Probably there's a website, and the website tells you that man, let's say that man his name is Mario. and that website, it says Mario is such a debonair, such a great dancer, such a great cook, such a great and charming person, and stuff like that, or such an intellectual, or such a scientist, or such and such. So, but then you met Mario. By meeting Mario personally, you have experienced how tasty his cooking was, how good a ballroom dancer he is. Then he's not really a great scientist and he's not good at numbers. That's why he likes to delegate. Now, isn't there a big difference between going into that website and then really knowing, experiencing who Mario is? When Jesus said, I am the truth, he was talking about an experience of the truth, an experience of him, that we could have a relationship with him and experience Jesus. Not just there's an evidence of the resurrection out there that you can see in books and evidences and testimonies, but we can actually experience a relationship with the risen Jesus Christ. Before I gave my life to Christ, when I was a teen, all the knowledge I have of Jesus was here. I went to a Catholic school, and we had religion several times during the week. And I came from a very religious family. We went to Sunday Mass, prayed the rosary every night, and we prayed before meals and had so many devotions. We were indeed Catholics, good Catholics. But it was not until high school that I met Christ, the risen Christ, personally, with my whole family. We went into this weekend of it's called the Life in the Spirit Seminar. I remember that, with this spiritual community, the Lord's Flock in Quezon City in Manila. And I tell you, that was the first time I've heard about a Jesus who is personal, a Jesus that you could have a personal relationship with, a Jesus that is intimate, a Jesus that cares for me, that values me, that loves me as I am, that takes me as I am, a Jesus who is not only my Savior, but my brother. It changed my life. Without that weekend, I would not be here with you right now. That is heart knowledge. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth. Next week, we're going to discuss Jesus saying, I am the life. So last week, talk 1, we talked about Jesus as the way. And the question was, is there more to life than this? Today, talk 2, we talked about Jesus as the truth. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Next week, talk 3, we will talk about Jesus as the life. Have you ever felt guilty before? Have you ever felt guilty before? Thank you for the privilege of your time. Remember that these reflections and teachings came from the Alpha series. If you are interested to an in-depth community journey to answer these questions, please go to our parish website and join our online Alpha series community. I love you all and God bless you. Thank you again for the privilege.